The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. No proper English was used. The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, this will be chapter 13. This is what I found in the first chapter here of Jeremiah, and you can see that he's arriving or making himself known as a prophet in the 10th and 3rd year of his reign, and that would be the king for Josiah here. Now, that's how it starts in a 3-verse format, but after I've been doing this for a while, it has changed into a 4-verse as well. So this ended up as 3 verses here, but it went 4 verses. Now it seems to be breaking a different way here again. So I don't understand why they write in different styles of formats, but I know that maybe it's just the writers are able to write it, or it's being betterly said, but in a 3-verse format. Example, if it was wrote in 4-verse all the time, when the first writers were first writing it, and then later they realized how big the book is, then they'd probably bring it down by 3 verses, because the 3 verses is very sophisticated editing. So I will start here in chapter 14. This one's going to be a little longer. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up these images here. These are what I've already done. And then there's probably about 40 slides. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to talk a lot and why I'm correcting these. And this is for actually history, to know to have them understand why I was changing words and what's so important and why changing the words. So most people that are turning into this probably go right down to the very end, and you'll find I will try to remember more often to leave some time for screenshots so you can see what I'm doing or developing or in the works on. So because Jeremiah's got 60 verses, I'm only on 4, and holidays are coming up, so it's going to be a long drudge going through here. So that's why I'm doing 2 streams a day. Okay. That which came as the words from YHVH. Okay. Here I'm going to take this word, I'm going to downsize it, make it yellow, and I'm going to put it here, and this is our creator's words, so, but I'm putting it in yellow, say I moved it from here to here, and that way I get rid of 2 words that are really meaningless. The words came from YHVH to Jeremiah in regard to the drought. Okay. Judah mourns and negates language. In her gates language, they sit on the ground mourning and crying, Jerusalem has ascended. Well, that doesn't read like that's what we're supposed to be reading about. Not the nobles. What I'm going to do is I'm calling them the richer. The richer sent their servants for water, and sent their waters. And this I don't think needs to be here. It's and found no water. So look, there was a lot of spring water in the promised land for thousands of years, but it seems like now it's getting closer to maybe 300 years before Jesus appears, that he has sent a drought because he's told them that, look, you have to understand what's in the meeting room with our Creator. And there is a bowl of wheat seeds there. I think there might even be 2, I can't remember. But these are supposed to represent there'll never be famine, or, yeah, there will never be famine in the land as long as they stay to the agreement by being obedient to the 12 commandments. Now, so what we have is a drought. That means he's had to been warning them to go turn back to him, repent, and come back. They returned empty. shamed and humiliated, and covered their heads. Now, I'm not sure that's what a servant would do. Servants, I know, are supposed to go get for the rich, but to say that they did this, that's kind of hard. They returned empty because the ground was cracked and there had been no rain. Now that sounds better than being humiliated. So I'm going to get rid of this text here. Because they returned empty. I can put in the word for the ground. I wouldn't say it's cracked. I would say, and the ground is dry. For the ground is dry. And just like what I said about spring water, would have been lush growth all over the place. So I'm just going to put dry, not cracked yet. Cracking and drying of fertile land takes a very long time to happen. So I'm assuming here, and that's my judgment call, that this is just the beginning and they're just starting to feel it. Okay. Because they finally sent out water and they're finding out that the ground is drying, for there has been no rain. I guess for it had not been raining. I guess I can leave it. I don't like using three major words because this it's got three. But I think it'll be okay that way. The farmers have been put to shame and they covered their heads. Now, I don't think that's true either. If I got rid of the humiliation there, I got to get rid of the humiliation here, or shame. For even the doe in the field gave birth and abandoned because there's no grass. I don't think so. Mm. Now, notice this verse could actually go with this one. And then this would have been like this. For the ground is dry, they return empty. For the ground is dry, for there had been no rain. Nope, I don't like that because it doesn't. Farmer's land has got to be separate here. Okay, I'm looking for farmer's land here. I don't think we need this. I don't think on the land, the land for the farmers, there is no. So it means that it come all the way down here. Trying to see if there is one verse here. On the farmer's land, and even in the fields, there is no vegetation. So if I go like this, or even in the fields, there There is no vegetation. Okay. Now that sounds like that group will stick together. Okay. Now I've got to find another two group section here. And what I'm doing, and if you haven't watched before, the pattern is these psalms, these 3 verse or whatever, 3 or 4 verse. It makes a small paragraph, and that is known as a psalm. And usually 2 of them are connecting together, and that's how you would see the text actually being said again, only as a second paragraph. Testify. Or I got to get rid of this. Our wickedness our evilness. I don't think this is going anywhere. Because it can't be our evilness doesn't testify against. That's the thing. The word testify is just wrong. So our evilness is the testimony. That's what I'm saying. That we are against YV. For your name's sake, only apostates have been many. We have sinned against you. You hope for Israel, its Savior in time of distress. Why art like a stranger in the land? Boy, this is not really stating or equaling what's up here. I'm trying to find words that will connect to that there's this drought going on. And I don't see a drought yet. Now this is tying to strangers in the land, or like a traveler who has pitched his tent for the night. Why are you like a man dismayed, like a maid? And this would be the wrong verse. Yet you are in our midst, wifey, and we call and we call out. The word call out means that they're pleading, or we prayed to them as a group of people. We called out to you. We called out you by name. We call out your name. We call out to you. And this is we call out to you by your name. We call to you. We call out to you by your name. I don't know, this might not be going any place either. Let me get rid of the word out. We called it. No, can't get rid of it. We call out to you by your name. Do not forsake us. I don't see how any of this is tying yet. I'm just getting verses again. And if he's gone, you are not in our midst. You were. They got a drought. They know something's wrong here. Okay? So you were. Not that you are anymore. You were in our midst, YV. And we called out to you by your name. Now do not forsake us. This, I have found so many lately that is this another 3-verse where this would be completely news to me. But the only thing is I'm finding so many verses that do this, that these two hook together and this. But what I've been doing is I've been moving these up. Move verse up. So what I've been doing is when I'm correcting them, I make them 8 point here and bring them up here. And now, do not forsake us. You were in our midst and we called to you by your name. See how that reads? Moved. So that's, do not forsake us. You were in our midst. But this is not connecting to this. That's for sure. This says why we to the people. And this is not going to connect to this either. And if I get rid of this and I change, if I copy this word, but if I downsize, make it yellow, and say, paste it here, make it yellow, YV says to this people, even so would be, I'm just trying to figure out what even so kind of would relate to. They have, now our creator wouldn't be speaking to them like that. They have loved to wander. They have not kept their feet in check. Therefore, YV does not accept them. Now he will remember their iniquity and call their sins to account. Now, some of this sounds like this, I think, is not there. Even so doesn't sound like it's an ending or whatever here. I still can't figure that out. Therefore, YB does not accept them. Now he will remember and call their sins for an, that would be for an account, for an accounting. To say that would be how I would correct the text. For their sins for an accounting. Now he will remember their sins for if this doesn't go, then this here, this is not, well, this could be, but why would he ask the prophet not to? That's just odd. I would find that extremely odd. Since for their accounting, that sounds better. Okay. But that's for a 4 verse all of a sudden. Oh, what if he said to me, do not pray for do not talk to me for this people. When they fast, I'm not going to listen to that's wrong. I'm not going to listen to their cries. And when they offer burnt offerings and grain offerings, I'm not going to accept them. This, I don't think, they don't know what these are. The grain offerings never existed. A burnt offering is a sin offering, and an offering is part of what's up here. So it should be sin offering. They offer a sin offering and a grain offering. Not going to happen. Too much correcting to make sense, and I don't think it's going to hook to the text. I'm not going to listen to their cry, and I will not accept them. Rather, I don't think the word going needs to be here. I guess if I put to make an end of them by sword and famine. Now that's what he did do, and that's what the famine is above. So this, but this here, pestilence, no. Now diseases could occur as they're starting to famine, bodies dying, not getting buried, that type of thing. I am not going to accept them. I will make I will cause their ending. Cause their ending. I'm going to cause their ending by sword and famine. I If I put do not, I do not. That's pretty much the same thing. And I got that word going, just bugging me. I do not accept them. I am going to cause an ending. But now, see, that's a good three verse format. When they fast, I'm not going to listen to their cries. I do not accept the people. Okay, I guess that would be a three verse. Okay. Now, see, this is like he's going to talk back to our Creator, like they're having a conversation. The prophets are telling them they will not see swords, nor will they have famine, but I will give an everlasting peace in this place. I will give them peace, but you will give them peace in this place. Now he's saying what's being said to him. So if it's this, nor will they have famine. The seers, prophets only are referred to those that talk to our Creator, plain and simple. They're seers. Their seers are telling them they will not see swords. Not see swords. They will not see death, nor will they have famine, but you will give them peace in this place. They will not see death. By sword and famine. to our Lord YV. So this is to our Lord YV. I said, can't be look. He's not going to say look. Crater knows better than that. To our Lord YV, I said, well, they're seers, are telling them they will not, has to be die. I'm not going to say this. They're worried about dying, being captivity. They will not be captives. I could put the word captives here, but they're more worried about dying, I guess. Telling them they will not die. So that's what I'm going to put here. Die, nor will, just grab this. They have famine, but you, I guess that's going to be all capitals, but it can't be, they don't believe our creator, so this is the way I still put them as all caps, meaning our creator. But it's kind of like they're lying about our creator. Nor they have famine. I need the word for, and I don't see one real quick here. For you will give them, whoops. All right. You will give them peace in this place. Okay, so that's pretty much, that's starting to come together, but this is where it's got to be referring back up to the top when I started about the famine. So now he's talking to him, but why would he be he's going to reply to him? I have a hard time with the prophet. Maybe it's like he's saying okay, I'm trying to understand a prophecy that when our creator gives him a prophecy, and if he says it more than twice, then he would have the conversation the second time. Okay, I got that figured out, but I got to remember that when I go and do the text and clean it up. So I will post these pictures up later. For right now, I guess you can get to see my fuzzy face here. You have famine, for you will give them peace in this place. They're seers. Again, has to be their seers. Their seers are prophesying falsely in my name. Not falsehood, falsely. Get rid of this and keep this. Falsely in my name. Hey, there's that 4 I can use. For I have neither sent them, nor commanded them, nor spoke to them. They are prophesying. They are prophesying falsely again. The divination. Let me explain what's going on here. This is one who's trying to cast items and then read it like it's supposed to mean something to fool the people. And what's here, I know in the text, for you to understand division, they're using moles. That means they can't see. And they're using bats, bones from both of these. But I don't know which bones from each. But anyways, they're casting them and then reading. So it's false visions. So I got to put false vision together. False vision. And divination as a deception. Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. That they're doing this and they, so I don't, and divining. So let's get rid of this. Divining deceptions. Nor spoke to them. If I put their false vision are from their own mind, and then I don't need this verse. Okay. Their false visions. I'm going to put visions down as well. Their false visions of those faking like they can sit there and see the future. Okay, now just to show you how it's actually going to look, it's going to look like this. Deceptions are from their own minds. So there's that. But I don't know what's hooking to what. I separated this because I knew that, okay, if this and this are hooking together, then those two have to hook. Those two have to hook. And then, yes, these would hook together. Now, it should change subjects. Hey, there we go. Okay. Therefore, we know who he's talking to. Therefore, I say, or I prophesy, Therefore I prophesize. Okay, he's getting back at him. Prophesy. I prophesy concerning the seers. That'd be green. Who are prophesying in my name, who are seers. He just said who they are. Concerning the seers, prophesying in my name. Now, I got to find another one that goes with this. Okay, now that's a 3-verse, and that's a 3-verse. Yet keep predicting. Let me see, because maybe I should be using that word instead of prophesying, predicting in my name. Although that's how he would say it. Concerning the prophet. Yeah, I'm going to put predicting here as well. He knows it's not prophecy, so he wouldn't use the word prophesying. He would say they're predicting by their own account. So that's what I'm going to do there. And we already know he hasn't sent them. That was what's been said above. Yet they keep predicting there'll be no sword or famine. They keep predicting no sword or famine in this land. By sword and famine. By sword and famine. Those seers will see their end. Okay. Those seers will meet their end. I'm just going to highlight some of this, knowing that this is our Creator's words here. By sword and famine, those seers will meet their end. Okay. Now that means if that's the end, I'm missing something, because these two are going to connect as one, and then I've only got one up here. Well, I guess it's time to stop playing that game and start figuring out the editing here. Okay, I'm going to put up again these books that I've already done. Do I have another one? Let me see if I got another one. Thought I had 2 or 3 of them were going to be set up. Okay, I'll just put them up again anyway. All right. Okay. People also to whom are prophesied will be thrown into the streets of Jerusalem. Because of famine and sword, there will be none to bury them. Now, by sword and famine, those seers will meet their end. And then this would be their ending. It would be this. Because of the famine and because of the famine, yeah, I'm trying to put sword at the end of this because of the famine and sword there. See, this wants to read as there will be no. If I put no, and I have to put one to bury them, one would represent people. So this, though, because of the sword, if they're being down there and they're getting killed, okay, now that means that's wrong. Because of the swords, and because of the swords, there will be no one to bury them. Okay, that's more truthful that way. Because famine time, yeah, they might have buried them or cast them over the wall, being that they're going to be surrounded. So now it looks like there was a famine at the end when Babylon is coming down to take them. Okay, I'm just trying to put this into my head here. Okay, now this is not true. He's already told who's going to be that. And we already know some are going to be taken captives, and there's going to be some left on the land. They will say, my eyes full of tears, day and night. No, I don't think so. Our Creator's not going to predict what they're going to say or prophesy as this is what you're going to say. And this is not going to be there. Because of the swords, no one will bury them. Now that if they go to the country, behold, those land with the sword. If they go out, if they flee the land, behold, those will lay with the sword. No, there's got to be some left. So that can't be right. If I enter a city, behold, disease and famine, priests are gone. No, he's the prophet, he's speaking, so they can't have that. Roaming about the land they do not know. That's No. Have you completely rejected Judah and loathed Zion? Why have you stricken us beyond healing? We waited for peace, but nothing good came of healing, but only terror. No, the terror, when it's coming, they're coming. It's not like they're going to have in between when they get there. Okay. They're going to siege Jerusalem, build up the ramparts, which is like a an item from the wood in the forest nearby as things to get over the wall or get up to the wall quickly and get over the wall. Ramparts. Okay. Now, that siege means that they're waiting a long time as they're building these up. And there's famine, so they didn't have enough food to take in to there. So that's making sense. I'm just trying to put this story together of what I'm pretty sure I know. I've done this over so many years. I already know the stories inside. Now, this 3-verse format from the first writers is given more detailed explanation of what happened. So all this text should be used as guidance when needed of what's said, but never take these words, first words. You can't overrule our Creator's hidden formats. They are just too complicated and they're too repeatable. I mean, I've got rules written for them that everybody stays to it, they get the same answer. And that's a first in literature. And to be able to come up with like the last 8 days of Jesus in Jerusalem, only our Creator can put that into text like that to be 2,000 years later given to me to find the answer, find those. We know our wickedness, and iniquity is our father, for we have sinned against you. Do not despise it. This is too late. Who's saying this? You can't say a king is saying this. You can't say a priest is saying it because they don't believe in our Creator. So why are they saying any of this? This doesn't make anything. This I can't say would belong. The throne of your glory, remember to. Yeah, this is. No, I don't even think that's pieces from other books. Okay, those are oversalted words as well. I thought this was going to be a lot longer than what I've got here. So this has only been an hour. So let me show you what I got here. And then I'll take a look. Maybe I'll do the next chapter as well. But the next chapter, I'm not prepared. So, and by not prepared, it means I haven't cut them up yet. Let me look. 21 verses. That usually takes 2 hours to do, especially if I'm going to cut them up in front of you. So I guess I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just finish this. What I got to do is start streaming 3 times a day to get through these when they're small like this. So if I put the text here that I've got, and then clean it up, Okay. And I need to have that. Okay. And I'm going to blow it up a little bit so you can see it. I'll bring it down later as text for you to copy or screenshot, take screenshots. Now there'd be two here, like that. One here. Now you can see how the two groups are going together. And then, now this I can say that it's not really there. I'm going to use the word tent, so I might as well put it in gray. And then just say moved here. This is not needed anymore. But this doesn't really connect when I'm reading it, glancing over. And then it's like, this is not, oh, that's that even so. Oh, that was, I got 4 verse there. Then I got this. Then it should be 2. If, I do not accept them. Yeah, now the story starts flowing where it's got more than just a crappy verse stuck out in the middle of nowhere. And then that would be 2. Then this would be 1. And this would be 2. 1, 2. And then this would be 1. That would be 2. Maybe it'll just fall in there and say it's a continuous story. This has to be 2. Wow, that actually did break down pretty good then, because then this is just one space. Okay, so this is what I found here in 14, and I'm going to save that. So there's a screenshot. I'm going to put the cursor way up there so I don't interfere with your, and then, yeah, I'll leave that as a screenshot because it's going to divide. I think the story is going to start from here. Whoops. From here. And I got to bring it to hide that. And then you got that. Now, you might have had to stop that, but the video to get them, but someday in a few months, maybe after, by Christmas, it's going to be after Christmas before you see this as a PDF. I don't think I'm going to get to Jeremiah until then. So there's a lot of things coming up, family events for me. So someday I will have it more organized. But that's going to be the stream for the day. Glad you stopped by. Next time, say hello in the chat, and I'll talk to you there and maybe explain a little more what you want to know what I'm doing. Other than that, have a great day and a good holiday.